Today is garden clean out day. We've got a nice day here. It's gonna be 67. Right now it's in the low 50s, but I'm hoping as the day progresses and it gets warmer, I'll get a lot more done. But I need to get out the old tomato trellises and the cattle fencing that I was using on our peas and just get the place kind of cleaned up and ready for spring planting. So I've got one little helper here and then I've got my other one over here. So we will be busy today before nap time. So hopefully we can get as much done as possible. This was our pea bed from last season, so I just needed to get out those old snow pea plants. That way they don't end up rooting again. I also needed to make sure that I was getting out that cattle fencing because this box is going to be used for different vegetables this coming planting season. This is one of our in-ground beds. I had broccoli and green beans in this one this year, and I had just left behind some broccoli plants that I'll admit I left over the winter and completely forgot to even harvest, but I was able to easily pull these out of the ground. You can tell, I think that mulch was just really helping with that soil, and these plants literally pulled out of the ground like butter. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Now this is actually one of two tomato beds that I had from last year, and it will be being used for something else this coming year because I crop rotate. So I just wanted to make sure that I got all of those dead plants out of the box and also got all of those trellises out of the box because I want to make sure that whatever I'm planting there this year has a chance to thrive and not fighting with any of these plants or debris. I know I could leave it in there for decomposition, but just because we're getting so close to spring, I didn't want to leave any of this behind. I was sure at the end of the planting season to make sure that I got out any tomatoes that I might have left behind on accident, just because I don't want them rerooting and making new plants like I noticed happening in the bed that I had tomatoes in last year. Also, I promised my daughter, who is riding on my back in here, I know she doesn't look it, but she definitely likes it, and please excuse that 24-week pregnant belly. This is one of two strawberry patches that I have in this main garden area. So I just wanted to make sure that I was getting out any old runners and dead leaves and then any debris that may have blown in over the fall and winter, just to give these strawberries some room to grow, because we had a bed a year or two ago that I didn't do this with and it ended up being taken over by pests. So I want to make sure that that does not happen again. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting this as clean out as possible. And I know this isn't the best job, but I plan on coming back in and really getting in there to make those rows nice and clean for the coming planting season. I thought I would show you guys just a little garden tour kind of before everything gets planted. So this is just one of our main gardens. I will have basically 3 gardens this year. This will just contain vegetables, lettuces. It already has garlic going. It's just one big vegetable garden, but all the space will be used. So obviously all of the beds here, and then these are some in-ground beds that I'll be using. They did really well. I had corn and the one that has clover right now, and then right behind it I had grapes, which have been torn out, and then right behind that I had green beans and broccoli. So those will all be used up this year. And then right next to it we have our new garden space. This mulch has been here since fall, so it's had some time to work with our soil. We have really dense clay soil. It is really nutrient dense because we've seen a lot of life in the soil itself. It's just that it's very dense. So we're hoping that the mulch will help break it up. But this side over here will be mainly vegetables, and then this side over here is actually going to be mainly herbs. I am sticking with more vegetables and herbs that do well in clay, just because I'm not quite confident enough yet that the soil underneath this has been taken care of. It's definitely breaking down, but it's not to the level that I would hope for to get some other vegetables in there that like a well-drained soil. Our third and final garden space isn't quite done yet, so I'm not going to show you that yet, but it's our berry patch. So that's going to be in our front yard, and I am going to be fencing that off, but it will have more strawberries that will end up being our main strawberry patch, and then it will also have blackberries, black raspberries, raspberries. I believe I have 3 elderberry plants on order, so that whole area is just going to be our berry patch. But once I get that up and going, I will definitely show you guys. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what we're doing with our space this year, and seeing that we've got our garden ready to go. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.